Hey, collective. Hello, my beautiful, beautiful soul tribe. All right, if you are subscribed, then you are notified that I am doing a reading, non zodiac Pacific. If I see the signs, I will call them out. But before we get started, if you guys would please like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out greatly to be able to continue to bring these messages to you. All right. Let's hop into some general messages. All right, Divine Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the viewer of this reading? What messages does the. Okay, thank you. We got a card out. Strength, courage, and wisdom, baby. I'm telling you. That should be the theme because I know there's a lot going on in the world today, and I'm sure it's affecting a lot of people. And I feel like there's also a sense of your faith, knowing your faith and what you believe to be true for you. You're going to have to stand on it. So I feel like somebody's faith is being tested about a situation. You could be dealing with the Leo or Leo. This applies to you. Well, damn, it is what it is. Strength, courage, and wisdom. That's what this is giving me. Operating out of discernment, not fear. Also, there are some unexpected events that is happening around you. King of Swords. That could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Scorpio is out now, but let's see what else comes out. Thank you. The Magician, Gemini. Y'all, I hope this ain't about the orange man with no plan, because, baby, that's sure what it's giving. But here we are, strength, courage, and wisdom, proper planning. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is somebody who is, working with what they got. And in this age, you go have to get creative with some resources. And I mean in a way to where you are creating, multiple streams of revenue is what I'm hearing. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Tighten up on some resources. No unexpected spending or frivolous spending. I would say, well, yeah, that's kind of what it's given. But Gemini, Scorpio, and oh, this is about the war, y'all. Okay. Here lately, I've been spared from having to get messages about the current events that we are going through. But I feel like any reader or any person who is connected, because I feel like we all have these gifts, right? It's just if you're tapped in or you're spiritually cognitive to receiving the messages that you need to know, right? And I feel like this is giving the events, the current events that is happening right now. And I feel like, you're going to have to stand on some faith, a lot of it, because people are having to get creative with the resources that they have. Yeah, Two of Pentacles to make it do what it do. Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Fool card. I do also feel like that this is changing the trajectory of, certain households and how they run. I do feel like somebody is having to adapt to a tight ship, as they say, when it comes to, how you're spending, how you're moving, anything extra. I feel like somebody's cutting out the extra in a household. I also feel like that this could be impacting a relationship of some sort. But let me get some more clarifying cards and see what else comes out in this reading, because yeah, I thought I was spared from the current events and having to report on it. But here's some news you can use. Okay. Let's see here. Let me grab these. I feel like in times like this, we need some angel support. So, Spirit, can you give us some messages or some advice to what's going on? I feel like some shit is about to go down, which we all pretty much, if you watch the news or if you've been keeping up with what's going on, them people over there ain't playing. Queen of Pentacles, generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful, a love of family and home, be practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, a sensible approach. I give strongly that somebody is like I need somebody to know how to do something with something. Like, can we grow a garden and you know how to cook from that garden? Can we, do you know how to, take some yarn and create clothes? Like, somebody want to know somebody bunker ready. Oh, shit. Damn. Somebody want to know somebody bunker ready, baby. Oh, shit. Knight of Pentacles. That's what this is giving. Loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. Plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing, a guardian angel, or someone who watches over you. Six of Wands, victory, wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, and scholarships. Somebody needs you on the team. That's what I'm getting. Somebody needs you on the team. Somebody needs you on the dream team, baby. That's what I'm getting. That's a strong reference to somebody needing you on the dream team. Because yeah, this King of Wands, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Oh yeah, I get what this is. Okay. Motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious, take a leadership role, step into the spotlight, public speaking, keep your eyes on the big picture. Communicate your vision, don't be sensitive to criticism. Y'all, you gotta have some tough skin in this game. Like I've been doing readings for forever. And I done heard it all from the tone of my voice, my quick. I done heard it all. And I be like, you go bless me to not have to be able to use the equipment that you don't like. But either way, going into this, I feel like somebody is organizing. It gives me Three of Pentacles. Looking at this Knight of Pentacles, somebody is organizing um, for the current events in the way that where this shit about to get real. It's gonna get real quick. So I'm just trying to see what you doing, what we looking like, the family dynamic. If we got to bunker down, are you someone that I could depend on? Cause it ain't no more outside like that. Things are changing. And I feel like this is one of those things, and I hate using the term ride or die, but this is somebody like, you know, is you my bunny to my Clyde? Like I'm just asking. Ace of Pentacles, a windfall of abundance, wise counsel, or good fortune, an exciting career opportunity, a lucrative contract, significant purchases like a home or a vehicle. I feel like somebody getting ready to purchase. I keep getting this farm energy, like acres of land, and they're going to, prepare themselves to be able to live off the land. So somebody's preparing themselves to live off of the land, and I feel like they are needing that. This is giving green acres, and especially with me looking at all this green, it's giving green acres. That's exactly what this is giving me. Going from city life to farm life. Page of Cups, sensitive, open hearted, inexperienced, moody messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities, just these Libra energy. Be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. That's that. Not that right there is that strength. This card, I know it's Libra, but this justice and strength go hand in hand for me. Because you got to be someone who is solid in who you are, because you're gonna be faced with circumstances, or you're gonna sometimes be put in a position as a leader, King of Wands, where you gonna have to speak out against some shit. And hey, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That is okay. I always say my haters are my biggest participators, and I accept the free marketing because you bringing fame to my name. How you doing? Um, and I know I did get a like a shorts message where it was like the Empress. You don't have to impress. The Empress does not have to impress anybody. You baby, sit back and let them people do that work for you. Sit back and let them people do that work for you. Because listen, if they speaking on your name, baby, the game done changed. And that's just what that is. And a lot of people are not going to appreciate your gift, your talent, how you are. That is okay. That is okay. I would be rather be, loved and appreciated by one than to be accepted by many. How you doing? Because you know you don't want to be the person that's trending, going against that part, like a trend, like you're a follower. There you go, King of Wands. I'm speaking to this King of Wands, but this Justice card is saying be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. It's about integrity. And somebody is relocating and building and stabilizing their home, and they're doing it in a way where it's based off of integrity. So they're not going to do this in a way where, we keeping up with the Joneses. But that Green Acres is the place for me, is where they going with this energy. How you doing? But yeah, where we at? Let me see if I could get some more clarifying energy to this. I'm trying not to hit the cord on my camera, and I got another one coming. Because yeah, this mug has been glitching. But let's see what's up. Let's get some additional messages here, because I love this actually, because somebody building the dream team on Green Acres. How you doing? Spirit, Spirit, can you give me some more clarifying messages to wrap up this reading? What additional messages does the viewer of this reading needs to know? Ooh, divine timing, baby. Um, this is somebody to where they waited for times like this to rock like this. I'm sorry, you guys, because I feel like I get this energy of somebody about to show out in a good way though. Like, this my shit. This what I do. I got a green thumb. You what you want? Cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce. I got it. I grew up from in the South. I know how to feed a family of 13. Let's do this. So yeah, it's just one of those moments. I feel like somebody's friends um are toxic. And I also feel like this person is separating themselves. I feel a strong sense of separating themselves from the masses. And baby, they giving some people a master class in how you move around. I don't know why I'm getting a strong reference to country life. Country life. And there we go, between lines. Yeah, I'm getting a strong sense from city life to country life. And somebody is wanting a wife, and yeah, I'm getting a strong sense of a masculine, because I have this King of Wands out here. This masculine is really eyeing and really wanting the support of this Queen of Pentacles, because they feel that this Queen of Pentacles is resourceful with the resources that they have. So this masculine could be famous or wealthy or have quite a bit of financial success attached to them. But what they need is someone who knows how to be a wife. And I'm not saying they want to see you barefoot and pregnant. Nah, they ain't saying that. It's like, bro, it's time to team up. Like, hey, yo, I'm calling in my partner. There you go. Duh. Duh. Somebody's calling in their partner. They want a partner. Faith, healing, meditation, praying, baby. What I just said. Strength, courage, and wisdom, my loves. That's this card. I have not ever seen this card actually, and I've had this deck for years. But faith, healing, meditation, and praying, baby. Somebody want to know what your faith like, what your prayer life is like. Um, I feel like they already know. I feel like they see a spiritual attribute in you that they just like, yeah, this is who I want by my side. The end of the world be happening. This is who I need next to me. Spilling the beans. Cats out the bag. I feel like they're gonna make a relationship or a connection public. Bad credit, debt, unemployed. Oh, somebody not okay. Oh, who this that's unemployed and ain't got their shit together? True, this person true colors. Somebody's true colors. Somebody's true colors. Somebody was a luxury homosexual. Somebody hobo, not homo, hobo. I just saw the true colors, hobo. This is somebody who talks sweet nothing so that they can have a place to stay. I'm seeing the negative side of this reading being that as well. Be mindful of who's sweet nothings in your ear. Somebody who's buttering you up, because somebody could be homeless and need a place to stay. Somebody could have had an epiphany and understands that that's why somebody is only giving them sex, is because they need that support and that somewhere to stay, a roof over their head. Thank you, spirit. Thank you. Feelings. But somebody has tapped into their feelings and what they want, what their true desires are, and I feel like they're not getting that. They're not getting that where they're at. Somebody is healing some feelings. Y'all, why my Dr. Seuss got to come out in this? Somebody is healing some feelings, and yeah, it's clearing some space. It's clearing some space and removing some faces, cause yeah, it's I feel like somebody knows that their tribe, the people that they're connected to, is in a completely different dynamic of what they're used to. They talk differently, they walk differently, they move differently. Their energy is different. And so I feel like that if somebody was just recently spiritually awakened, they don't feel like they fit with the old people and places that they were once connected to. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting with that swindler. Somebody on their team is toxic as hell, is a pocket watcher and an opportunist. Um, but somebody is isolating themselves, lowering up. Damn, what happened? What I told you, somebody tightened up a ship, baby. Said that in the beginning. Somebody is tightening up a ship. They running a tight ship over there. Heck no, you can't be up in they shit smoking, drinking, playing games all day. Hell no, you got to go. Uh, Animal shaman. Yeah, somebody is a spirit. I told you somebody is spiritually awakened. They are moving and operating out of their divine feminine or divine masculine energy, and that energy is very, very, very different. From like the Real Housewives of drama. It's very different, and so somebody is, yeah, cutting shit off and putting that paperwork in somebody's life. Oh Jesus, somebody putting paperwork in somebody's life. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I got. But I will say this, collective. Um, the tower moment in a lot of these readings does speak a lot to the current events that we are currently going through in the 3D. But spiritually, what you might start to see is where the new earth, where I don't know if you've heard of readers who speak of the 144 and ushering in the new earth, which would be, I always say, because there's the Atlantis and that's the Lemurians. I always felt like I resonated more with the Lemurians because I'm very earthy, and I'm speaking to this energy. I picked this up. Um, Fire and Ash, Avatar. I've always loved the Avatar, movies, even though there was controversy behind it about like, it correlating to the Somalians and things like that. But the tribe, thank you, spirit, the tribe part of it is what I'm speaking to. And you have this leader of this tribe that's having to usher in this portion of their collective into this new world, this new earth, because it starts in the 5D plane. You're going to start probably going through some transformations where you see this world very differently, and that's because you are ushering into the new world. Y'all, I could do a whole podcast series on this because yeah, I know I'm like the YouTube reader, you know, the messy messenger type of thing. That ain't my niche. But I do know a lot about the spiritual aspect of this and the timelines, and when twin flames come into union, it's not on a romantic aspect. It's because they got shit to do. I mean, they're partnering up. So that's the energy that I'm picking up out of this, is that someone is saying, hey, I'm done with this dumb shit. I need to go ahead and get my partner because we got shit to do. Like, we got Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. We got shit to do. We can't really just be lollygagging in this. Of course, the romance part of it is a benefit. I always say with twin flames, the romantic aspect of it is a benefit. It's an added benefit. It's like you got a job and you got your benefits, right? That's what a twin flame union is. Of course, you guys mirror each other because you're being prepared for this assignment. And so I feel like that's what this energy is speaking to, is that this masculine or this feminine is saying, hey, I'll come to pick you up. We got shit to do. We got, we getting called on assignment. We on assignment. And so you're going to see a lot of movement speaking to that with the tower card and strength and old ways dying. I feel like the perspective of this for the person that lasts. So I feel like in the twin flame energy, the feminine is most often the one that awakens first, right? So, she has time or they have time to kind of just anchor in, go through that process. I always say they're like the healers, the seers, the light workers. And then when the masculine wakes up, it's like warrior mode. It's like, okay, now, I see. And I understand. Take my hand, let's ride. We got shit to do type of energy. So I feel like the masculine is always the one that kind of make that movement into bringing the tribe together and starting that process of moving that tribe into the new world. But yeah, you guys, as you can see, I can go on and on and on about this, but I'm gonna wrap it up here because I gotta get this reading to you. Yeah, if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel if I resonate on a higher frequency for you as a reader. Also, you guys, check out my Spirit Says series that's on the community post. I've been taking things like this energy, and I've been putting it in the post Spirit Says. So that way you guys can get, kind of see the the less messier side of the readings where we're having to unpack who did it, who they with, where they at, what's happening type of stuff. The third party, the karmic, that those posts get away from that. But yeah, you guys, this is what I got for you. Remember, you're way more blessed than you are stressed. Please believe that. If you would like to book a personal reading with me so that we can privately dissect it and address it and bless it, hit me up. And we can do that. But in the meantime, you guys, stay prayed up. Do your spiritual hygienes. As you can see, I got mine out already. I had to bring out my desk furnace uh, so I can do some spiritual cleansing. And yeah, whew, love, light, and high vibrational blessings to you all. All right, Soul Tribe. Namaste. Bye.